Hi, my name is ColdBeer and let's start with Risk of Rain 2. Risk of Rain 2. Everyone who played Risk of Rain 2 can agree on one thing: it plays way better than it looks, meaning that everything you are seeing now to you looks like a graphic gibberish of some sort, but if you take control of the hero, everything changes immediately. So here you'll fight your way to the final boss and escape, or continue your run indefinitely to see how long you can survive. A unique scaling system means that both you and your foes limitlessly increase in power over the course of the game. People on Steam are talking that Risk of Rain 2 is a bit unfriendly for new players. It will take time for you to adapt, so be prepared for that. It won't guide you by your hand or penis. The Last of Us Part 1. This is a legendary game that is more like a movie than an actual game, although you won't be left without some shooting and hack-and-slash action as well. So here in a ravaged civilization where infected humans and crazy criminals run rampant, Joel, which is you, is hired to smuggle 14-year-old Ellie out of a military quarantine zone. Ellie that doesn't look like she's from another planet, if you know what I mean. However, what starts as a small job soon transforms into a brutal cross-country journey where you will have to save yourself and Ellie from perils of this world. If you saw the TV series, it's basically the same. Well, maybe some hardened fans would disagree, but I played the game some 11 years ago and then I saw the TV show and it was identical for me. Nevertheless, if you somehow skip the game and the show, you have a perfect chance to experience a really cool story. Yeah, a story about a child smuggler. Yeah. Stardew Valley. This is probably the most famous life and farming sim on Steam, although it wasn't the original idea that propelled the game into the stars. The makers of Stardew Valley were inspired to recreate the look and feel of a game called Harvest Moon. So here you can create your own character, build the farm of your dreams, become a master rancher, socialize with other characters and explore the world around you. You can have husband or wife and kids, also a cat or a dog, and a lot of vegetables you can harvest and sell. Almost all the reviews are positive. I had to scroll down for 5 minutes to find the first negative one, and it was some kind of gibberish anyway. If you like farming and life sims, Stardew Valley is a must-play for you. Diablo IV. I played the single-player campaign of Diablo IV and I liked it. The game has really nice graphics, cool monsters and some incredibly creepy dungeons. Also, it's worth to play this game for the cinematics alone. They are done in this incredibly detailed Blizzard style and never disappointed me in any of their games, this one included. So here you can choose one of 5 classes and build your hero with skills, abilities and cosmetics, creating a champion that is uniquely your own. You can also buy additional cosmetics with real money if you are rich, but don't do that, don't encourage this behavior. Anyway, the coolest thing is, of course, your skills and the myriad of ways to kill your adversaries. The special effects are really awesome and I like the battles very much. One thing that I didn't like was level scaling. When you level up, so do your enemies. When you grow stronger, your enemies grow stronger as well. And that, in my opinion, defies the whole idea of leveling up. What is the point if I am level 8 or if I am level 48? If I kill demons at the same pace in the same place? Yeah, your spells are more shiny and explode with more fire, but it's not rewarding, because you never feel powerful. That's why after I finished the campaign, I just never played it anymore. For example, I have around 2000 hours in Diablo 2, and around 500 in the third, and I have around 30 in Diablo 4. That is a huge difference. But still, I played it and I had fun. So if you liked Diablo 2 or a third one, there is a chance that you will be disappointed in this level scaling change very much. Anyway, the game is fun to play with friends. I never did that, but I know a couple who plays it together all the time when their kids are finally asleep. I guess it's a good safeguard to not make more of them. Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. This is a really unique and satisfying game. Here you will learn how to make various potions, from rat poison to love elixir, which you can later give to your mother-in-law so she would love you more than her actual daughter.
What a devious plan this is.
Also here you can buy various ingredients from traveling merchants or grow them by yourself in your medieval garden. Game has about 90% of positive reviews for a reason. People on Steam are saying that Potion Craft is a really relaxing chill game without many restraints, like, you know, time that runs out. No, nothing like that here. Really simple yet thoughtful game. Lies of P. In this Souls-like game, you are a puppet who's caught in a web of lies with monsters and untrustworthy figures. You are awakened by a mysterious voice that guides you through a plagued city of Krat, a once lively place that has been poisoned by madness and bloodlust. If this description reminds you of your ex, then all good, you are half ready for the adventure. Here you will develop a unique combat style to counter your enemies by weaving together dynamic weapon combinations and activating new abilities. Lies of P is a reimagined fairy tale of Pinocchio, reinterpreted as a dark, grim narrative. You know, a Pinocchio for adults. When you lie, it's not the nose that's growing. If you add another P to the name of the game, you will understand what I have in mind. No, really, nothing like that, it's a joke. I played the demo version of the game and all I gathered was, again, that I suck at Souls-like games and I shouldn't even touch them. If you are like me, avoid this title. Few hits from bigger enemies and you are dead, and you will have to replay the whole chapter again. If that doesn't scare you, keep in mind that the game has around 90% of the positive review score and is probably a thing you want to try. Unpacking. This is a beautiful Zen puzzle game about the familiar experience of pulling possessions out of boxes and fitting them into a new home. It's part block fitting puzzle, part home decoration, where you are invited to create a satisfying living space while learning clues about the life you are unpacking. Over the course of 8 house moves, you are given a chance to experience a sense of intimacy with a character you never see and a story you are never told. It is simple but also a thing you probably will never experience in real life, because when you move somewhere you usually know what items you have and where to put them. Game is super relaxing. And honestly, while writing this short overview, I started to watch some gameplays of other people and it was hard to stop. The game is mesmerizing. Also, it has above 90% of positive review score on Steam, so you can't go wrong with this one. Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Following the events of Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered, teenager Miles is adjusting to his new home while following in the footsteps of his mentor Peter Parker as a new Spider-Man. But when a fierce power struggle threatens to destroy his new home, the hero realizes that with great power comes great electricity bills, or something like that. So to save all of New York, you must take up the mantle of Spider-Man and own it like you stole it, or something like that. Anyway, there are some sweet technical characteristics as well. Unlocked frame rate, newest Nvidia graphic technologies, upscaling, ultra-wide monitor support, ray tracing, and DualSense controller support with all the tricks you get on PlayStation. The review score is above 90%, so it's a no-brainer for various joyful Spider-Man fans, or even for old grumpy dudes who just want to chill and enjoy the views. Papers, please. I'm sorry, I must read this with my accent in full glory. This is how I actually spoke in English some 7 years ago. The communist state of Arstochka has just ended a 6-year war with neighboring Kolechia and reclaimed its rightful half of the border town. Your job as an immigration officer is to control the flow of people entering the Arstochkan side town from Kolechia. Among the crowds of immigrants and visitors looking for work are hidden smugglers, spies and terrorists. Using only the documents provided by travelers and the Ministry of Admission's primitive inspect, search and fingerprint systems, you must decide who can enter Arstochka and who will be turned away or arrested. So the beautiful communist state is very proud of their country and you are at the front preventing those democratic liberal pigs from entering your paradise. And no, my accent is not Russian and not even Slavic, but it's Eastern European, that's for sure. Dishonored 2. The story of the second game is set 15 years after the events of the first one. Here, another worldly usurper has seized the Emperor's throne, leaving the fate of the Isles hanging in the balance. He will travel beyond the legendary streets of the once dazzling coastal city, track down the enemies and take back what's rightfully yours. You will be able to play as Emily or Corvo and bring their own perspectives and emotional responses to the world and story. Each character has their own set of powers, gadgets and uniquely tuned weapons, and only you will decide whether you fight your way through the city streets or sneak across the rooftops. And of course, which enemies you decide to slay or to spare. People are saying that if you play the first part, this will feel like a reboot with more stuff. That is not a bad thing, keeping in mind that the first part was a masterpiece, and the review score is around 90%. Stronghold Definitive Edition. This castle life and defense simulator allows you to design, build and destroy historical castles and engage in medieval warfare against the AI in 26 campaign missions or online with up to 8 players. With 4 renegade lords to defeat, it is up to you to reunite medieval England and take back your lands. Missions range from breaking sieges and capturing enemy castles to raising gold and holding off enemy attacks. Also featured is a full economic campaign, which will task you to gather resources and build weapons within the time limit. So to be short, here you'll build your dream castle and feel important for a short period of time, until your dream castle crumbles down and burns to the ground. Like your hopes that your boss will raise your salary one day. Just find another job, dude. Let this be a sign for you to change your life for the better. Necesse. Here you'll find an infinite procedurally generated world full of mysteries to uncover. As you grow your settlement, you will also lead expeditions against pirate kings, dragons, fallen wizards and people who write in all caps. Here you can spend your days scrolling through dungeons, searching for treasures and raw materials for equipment crafting. Also, you may answer the call to adventure, traversing the seas and seeking out great foes to test your prowess. Recruit settlers with particular skills and work alongside them to mine a wide variety of ores. Craft gear tailored to your preferred playstyle and establish a flourishing, amazing village. But knowing you, there is a big chance that your village will be puny and pathetic. No offense. Okay, a little offense. What are you gonna do, huh? Well, jokes aside, people are saying that the game looks simple, but it's actually really complex and fun. More than 90% of reviews are positive. Heavy Rain. Here you'll experience a psychological thriller filled with innumerable twists and turns. Here every choice matters and the endings are many. Here you'll try to solve the mystery and hunt a murderer known as the Origami Killer, named after his personal style of leaving behind folded paper shapes at crime scenes. So here 4 characters, each following their own leads and with their own motives, must take part in a desperate attempt to prevent the killer from claiming his next victim. You need to think fast and act even faster, as every choice and move you make can result in a dramatic, game-changing consequences, and even determine who lives and who dies. Or maybe you are the killer the whole time. It's not a spoiler or something, I haven't played this game so far, but I am really tempted now. I like games like Detroit Become Human, Wolf Among Us and similar story-rich tales, so how this story ends is entirely up to you. Spelunky. This is a unique platformer with randomized levels that offer a challenging new experience every time you play. You will journey deep underground and explore fantastic places filled with all manners of monsters, traps and treasure. You'll have complete freedom while you navigate the fully destructible environments and master their many secrets. You can play the game alone or with your mother-in-law in co-op mode. Game supports up to 4 people. Deathmatch is also available. You can unlock 72 diverse deadly arenas to wage battle against friends or bots. Second part of Spelunky is also discounted and they both are worthy of your attention. Both have more than 90% of positive reviews. Strange Horticulture. Here you'll find and identify new plants, pet your cat, speak to a coven, or join a cult. Use your growing collection to influence the story and unravel dark mysteries. You are a citizen of a charming town surrounded by hag-infested forests and rugged mountains. You are the horticulturist, owner of a local plant store. As a cast of colorful customers come by your shop, you are quickly thrust into an occult mystery stretching back hundreds of years. Explore the lands beyond your store to find new plants, but be careful. The dark woods and lakes are not always friendly to a simple herbalist. You might discover powers beyond your wildest nightmares, or lose your mind completely. Game has an overwhelmingly positive review score, it's a true masterpiece. If you like interesting, non-cliché stuff, it's a must-play for you. Stranded Deep. In the aftermath of a mysterious plane crash, you are stranded in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Alone, without any means to call for help, you must do what you can to survive. Explore underwater and on land as you hunt for supplies to craft the tools, weapons and shelter you'll need to stay alive. You will have to stay sharp. Hunger, thirst and exposure conspire against you as you brave treacherous elements and the dangerous creatures of the Pacific. And whenever I play survival games, I really wish that I was thirsty and hungry along with my character. Because I always forget to eat or drink or, to get warm and then I die. And most of these games have no happy ending for me. Anyway, let's hope that you will live long and stay alive. I'm kidding, you will not. Surviving Mars. Most of us can barely survive casual Monday, so this task is for the bravest. So here the time has come to stake your claim on the Red Planet and build the first functioning human colonies on Mars.
Mars.
Oh, shut up. All you need are supplies, oxygen, decades of training, expertise in taming the ostriches, experience with sandstorms, a lot of patience, and 2 bowls of potato salad. Because building a colony on a distant planet is not a task for losers. And you know what losers hate? That's right, losers hate well-made potato salad. It's common knowledge, you don't need any proof for that. What I like about this game is aesthetics. Although this is obviously a future of humanity, a wet dream of Elmo, it is also somehow in the past. It has a vibe of 1960s and unique retro-futuristic architecture. Basically what we would have now if we invented space travel about 100 years earlier. Although be warned that this cheap game is also a gateway game for spending more money on DLCs. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. In this open-world strategy RPG sandbox, you will create and develop a character that matches your playstyle. Explore, raid and conquer your way across a vast medieval world where no 2 playthroughs are the same. You will raise armies, engage in politics, trade, craft weapons, recruit companions, and manage your clan. You will command and fight alongside your troops in first or third person, participate in huge real-time battles using skill-based combat system. You can also test your might against players from all over the world in multiplayer PvP, including ranked matchmaking and casual game modes, or host your own server. The only downside, according to Steam players, is that the game is very addictive. Just like potato salad, if you start playing there is no way you can simply quit doing that. And yeah, I personally know a dude who played 60 hours of it in just one day. True story, bro, I would never lie to you. Superliminal. This is a first-person puzzle game based on forced perspective and optical illusions. Puzzles here will give you a sense of the unexpected and will definitely boggle your mind. You will need to change your perspective and think outside the box to wake up from the dream. And by thinking outside the box, that may be a very literal thing in this game. Find a box, go outside, think, solve the puzzle. So here you will explore a dream world. Tread carefully as the world slowly unravels around you and subverts your expectations. What you see isn't always precisely what you get. People who play the game are saying that it is more like a digital art gallery, and puzzles will probably not challenge your brain very much, unless you are very stupid. So it's also a litmus test for your IQ. Don't worry, even if you are stupid, you are an amazing person. And now subscribe to get 5 free IQ points, today only. Craft the World. This is a sandbox strategy game, the mix of Dungeon Keeper, Terraria and Dwarf Fortress. You will explore a randomly generated world populated by dangerous creatures, build a base, gather resources and craft all the items, weapons and armor you need. Here you will take on a role of god. You will control your tribe by giving them commands to dig in certain places, attack enemy creatures and build houses and other structures. You never control units directly, but they must obey your orders anyway. Like you must obey the orders your cat gives you. You'll need to provide your people with food and clothing, as well as help them with magic when fighting other inhabitants of the world. Very positive reviews on Steam confirms that this is a great game for you to try. Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. Take control of one of the most technologically advanced armies in the Imperium, the Adeptus Mechanicus. Here you lead the expedition on the newly rediscovered planet and will try to seize the power. You can customize your team, manage resources, discover long-forgotten tech and control your tech priests every move. People on Steam are saying that this game is highly addictive, well-written and can be appealing not only for Warhammer fans but also for simple folk that never even heard the word. I doubt the last one, but it's really hard to find any negative feedback. More than 90% of the reviews are positive, so really close to overwhelmingly positive title. Ready or Not. He will take the role of the commander of the SWAT. You will have to compose the team from a large roster of unique talents, give tactical orders, carefully plan and carry out various super dangerous missions. You are also obligated to look after your team's mental and physical health. Officers with unaddressed, deteriorating mental status may be unable to properly perform their duties or even feel compelled to quit the force. Incapacitated officers may be temporarily unavailable for missions with a tragic prospect of death leading to a permanent loss. So you are not just a leader, you are their mama as well. Also, you will have access to the best weapons and equipment, including many new acquisitions. However, customization isn't limited to the equipment you use. While performing remarkable actions alongside your team, you'll earn various stuff. The patches on your sleeves, the artwork for your skin, and potentially even the timepiece on your wrist. That Casio for 10 euros will bring the envy from other officers and earn you respect. Or not. Probably not. Definitely not. People are saying that the game will make you proud of being American, even if in real life you are some terrorist living in a cave defeathering eagles and hating freedom. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.